Hey guys, hi. Once again, welcome back to the session. This is your master teacher Harsh Prem, and I'm in front of all of you with a very beautiful topic. And this topic is related with how you can give your 100% for making your own future a more brighter one. So precisely the topic is that how you should give your A plus effort, like the best effort which you can, and in which manner should you give it so that you can get the best out of it. So as we all know, yes, it is a boards times. It's the boards are just on the head, and it is going to be the, like, very soon you're going to face that the judgment day, the D day. So how you should prepare yourself, what all things you should keep in your mind, what should be the preparation strategy, all those things I'm going to tell today. Chalo, so let's start without wasting much time. Here we go with the first point. So everyone, from now onwards, start listening the video very carefully, listen to it properly and start making notes if you need it. Otherwise, you can just listen it and try to inculcate these things in your habit, in your daily habit. So the first thing, that don't count the hours. Study till your brain allows it. So precisely what does it mean? It simply means that quantity does not matter, quality matters. Now say for example, it's just a very simple example or simple story that many a time you would have heard that there are students who study for 10 hours but they don't score well. There are students who just study 2 to 3 hours but they are the toppers. Why? Because the one who is studying for 10 hours, he is just studying because people have said him that studying is very important, but probably people around him have not said him, or they have not put more focus or emphasis on the quality of study. So when you study a lot, it does not give you a guarantee that you will succeed because you are just studying. But when you study quality, like you give quality time to your study, you study only 2 hours a day, only 3 hours a day. But in that 3 hour, you make sure that whatever you study goes 100% to your brain, you don't miss out any point and you don't forget the things. So obviously that 3 hours is going to do wonders to you. So whenever you're studying, it's not important that you study 10 hours or 2 hours. What matters that what you studied today, will you be able to remember it for a longer period of time? Is that the case that you have understood everything out of that topic? If it is yes, that's great and balle balle. You have accomplished your dream, you have accomplished your goal for that day. Okay, so please make sure that you study with a good quality. And if you make notes, if you write down the points, it always, scientifically it is always proven that it is more better way of learning and understanding the things. So try making notes, try writing it down, whatever you have learned. Fine? So this is the first one. Second one, that the study plan. Now when I say study plan, I have a very important point for all of you guys. What happens that most of the time, what a student does, that say for example, you wake up Monday morning and you woke up and now you are charged up that okay, Harshar has motivated us. So now I am going to rock it, man. So you woke up and you thought what to study, what to study, what to study. Okay, so let's take mathematics because maths is my favorite. Or say for example, let's take social science because it is my worst subject. And you studied social science. Then next day, man, yesterday I studied social science. It was damn boring. I slept the entire day. So today I'll not study social science. Today I'll study some interesting topic. Let's take physics. So what is happening here? You are choosing the subjects randomly, just based on your just based on your liking, your experience. But I would say this is not a bad idea, but probably this is not the best one. The best one would be, before starting your studies, give 1 hour for planning. What planning? Now, say for example, you have written like, okay, I am on 15 March. From 15 March, I am going to start my studies. On 15 March, I am going to study mathematics plus like take social science, something boring and something interesting. Now, during the time of planning, you plan that, okay, in a day, I am planning to study 5 hours, 6 hours, 4 hours, whatever is your time. And then give the time to these subjects judiciously. If you think that both of them are tough, both needs to be given time, Give them equal time, like 3 hours, 3 hours. If you think that no, social studies is a little more tougher, mathematics is easy for me, I have practiced it well, you can make it 2 plus 4. Similarly, make the planning for all the days, 16th March, 17th March, and not if for the entire month, at least for a week. At least for a week. Please make the timetables at least for a week. So till 21st of March, I am assuming you will make the timetable. Now, you have to write down every day which subject you have to study, which chapter you have to study. Here, even go down to the basic, to the most grassroots level, that which chapter you will be studying. And if it is possible that which topic, that's great. Otherwise, you can just stick to which chapter you have to complete. Now, what will happen that once you make this entire timetable or the planning and you stick it on a wall, that moment your brain starts accepting it as a plan. Your brain starts working according to the instruction given by yourself to your brain. See, if you start randomizing the things, brain will understand that you don't have a concrete plan. And then brain will also dance with you. It will say, okay, so your heart is saying mathematics, no. So this time I'm going to say physics. And then your brain will say physics, your heart will say mathematics, and there will be always clashes. So it's always better to tell your heart, to tell your brain, everyone that, okay, buddy, I'm not just going by my feelings. I have a concrete plan. You all have to stick to it. So once you are determined, your mind and body will synchronize with your thoughts and they will allow you to do what you want. And this is surely going to be more productive and it will make you more confident that yes, you have taken charge of yourself. So please remember this. Make a study plan before you sit to study. Very important. Okay? Don't just do randomized things. Not a good one. Moving on, study pattern. Now this pattern is again important. Now this pattern will vary from one student to another student. Now with this pattern, what do I mean? So say for example, I know that I am a morning person. So I wake up early. I am more productive during the daytime. I am not so productive during the night time. So first of all, you have to understand whether you are a morning person or a night person, like night owl. So if you are a morning person, you have to plan your study hours accordingly. Like in the morning time, you have to plan mathematics because mathematics takes a lot of analytical thinking. You have never to take social studies during your afternoon time because social studies always gives sleep. You have to probably take social studies once you have taken your lunch and once you have taken your nap, like half an hour nap. After that, you have to take social studies. Or in the morning time, like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock after your breakfast, when you don't tend to sleep at that time. Now, why am I saying this? Because you know that social studies will either way give you sleep if you're not very interested towards social studies. So it will give you sleep. So you should not plan it at that time when the probability of getting into sleep is very higher. Like after lunch, I will study social science. Damn man, you will never be able to study it. Really. So you have to find that study pattern, that how your body responds to it. So say for example, some student who knows that he is a night person and he studies well during night time. So he should plan a social studying hour at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock when his brain will be most active and he knows that I won't be feeling sleepy by any time. Like I won't be going to sleep at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. He knows that. So he knows that I will be, the latest by which time I will be able to sleep will be 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. So if he knows that, 10 o'clock is a fine time. So you have to understand your body and hence you have to make your study pattern on your own. So very important thing. Please know about yourself and then formulate a plan that at which time of the day you're going to take which type of subject. So in the morning, you should take analytical subjects like mathematics, physics, which requires your brain. During the time of your breakfast, something like that, you should take those type of subjects which requires gentle reading or not very analytical thinking. So it can be like social science or Hindi or Sanskrit, say for example, or those type of language subjects. English could be there. After your lunch, again after your lunch you can take social science, or you can go with other science subjects like biology, chemistry, so that you should be able to be most productive during that time. Okay, so just for your information, moving on, student health. Now this is again a very important point, and how am I going to explain it? With health, I don't mean to that you don't have to run faster, otherwise you'll fall down. That is fine, yeah. Like, even if you have some cuts and bruises, it's okay. But with this health, what do I mean to say? First thing, if it is possible for you to do some workout or play every day, it's best. Nothing could be better than this. Because if you are able to sweat out at least for 15 minutes a day, that's the most awesome thing you can do for the entire day. So you have to make sure that you are sweating at least for 15 minutes every day, if it is possible. Second thing, say for example, either it is possible or not possible. The second suggestion which I would give you, most of the time what student does, they eat very heavy during the time of 9, like dinner. During their dinner, they eat heavy, because this is a normal Indian culture that we all sit together during our dinner time, like you, your dad, mom, everyone, and you all eat very like wow type of feeling, isn't it? And in most likely cases, you tend up eating a little more than your capacity. Now, say for example, your mom had prepared a very wow, delicious paneer chili, or like mushroom chili, or say for example, chicken. And you're like, wow, mom, I love this. And then you eat. So say for example, your normal day course is 3 chapatis, but that day you ate 6 or 7. Now just imagine the condition. You will go to your bed, but your tummy is full. Okay, fine, you slept. Now every day, your body has a tendency to digest 3 to 4 chapatis during a span of 6 hours of sleep or 7 hours of sleep. Now one fine day, you ask your tummy to process 7 chapatis, like almost double. Don't you feel that it's just like that every day from a factory, like 500 handkerchief is being made, and then one fine day, you went to your factory and you said the manager that today I don't want 500, I want at least 1000 handkerchiefs to be processed by my factory. And you say, sir, how will I do it? Either you give me more workers or you give me more machines or something like that. But you say, no, you have the same number of workers, you have the same number of machines. No matter how much he try hard, there will not be a completion of the target. He won't be able to produce 1000 handkerchief. He may produce 600 or 700. The same will happen with your digestive system. So when you wake up early in the morning, your body may be able to process or digest a good amount of your food, but still a little portion of that food will remain undigested. And that is going to give you acidity, digestion problem, or feeling heavy, something like that, which is not good. So during night time or any other time, if you are about to study, like don't go for a very heavy meal. Instead of that, you can have multiple meals. So if you have to eat chicken and your mom has prepared it in afternoon time and you want to eat lot, eat 3 chapatis at that time, 2 chapatis at that time, and ask your mom to save some chicken, like for a later period of time. You can have it again during night time, 2 chapatis, or in the evening time, something like that could be worked upon. So please make sure that you take good care of your health. Don't be very much pro towards your mobile, because that will burn your eyes. Eyes burning sensation would be there and you won't be able to concentrate much. Pain in the eyes, again like a headache, and then all such things happens. So don't do that. Okay, moving on. Syllabus, Now this syllabus, what I mean to say, some of you would have not been able to complete the syllabus till now, but buddy, you need to gear up, because at least twice, like once you do the syllabus in the normal flow, second time you do the revision. So at least 2 times is the basic requirement for any student to do well. So you need to prepare your syllabus at least twice. Once for the first time, you will do it in a normal flow, like when you are completing the syllabus. Second time, you have to do the revision. If you go for three times, that's the best anyone can do. But yes, 2 times is the minimum requirement. So please make sure make your timetables accordingly so that you can complete at least one revision of your entire syllabus. Very much required. Okay, moving on next, revise. So yes, this revision, the second time completion of your syllabus, this is called revision, and this is damn important. If you don't do it, man, you are in serious trouble. Please. So please look at it. If you still, if you have not been able to clear your syllabus or you need some help, so the best what I would be saying, like I motivate students on my Telegram group, like Lockdown Routine with Harsh Sir. So that's the Telegram group. You can probably join there. That's free of cost. Or probably if you just don't need the motivation, you need some support, like someone can teach you, or you need some crash course. So Vedantu is providing that crash course. You can do that also. But get some help and make sure that you revise. Very important. Okay. Next one. Next one is that this is the last one and the most important one. Always remember, there is no shortcut. So I might come up with to you, or you might come up with many videos like short trick or shortcut to the success, or there's these 5 steps to getting maximum marks in mathematics or in physics or in chemistry. But believe me, those topics are good to know, good to listen, good to practice. But those 5 points or 7 points or 10 points are not the only one. At the end of the day, there is only one thing which will stay with you for a longer period of time or forever. That is hard work. So you need to do that hard work in order to get to that point where you want to be. Because always remember, why a position should be given to you and not to a student who is really working hard days and nights, tossing his nights sleepless. Why a first position or a good rank or a good percentage should not be awarded to that guy and to you. So you always have to think that. You have to be rational with yourself that, okay, if I will be doing hard work, I will be getting what I deserve. But if I'm not doing that hard work, probably that good result is not for me. So if you have to get that good result, you have to do that hard work and keep on doing that. There's no substitute for that. Okay? Fine. So I hope I have made my points clear. And if it is clear to you, so you know the drill, like first of all, hit the like button. At least that much I can expect. And subscribe to the channel. Those who have not subscribed, you can even put down your thoughts, what you are thinking over these 7 points, how much you have been able to complete. And the most important comment which I would like to know from you guys, have your syllabus been completed? Like if yes, that's great. So have you completed your revision also? And if your syllabus is not completed, so how much you have completed? I would really like to know in the comment box. Okay. And for those people who have not completed their syllabus, who need some help, the help is here. You need to go to the description box, and in that description box, you will find a link. That link would be written as Vedantu Subscription Pro, Vedantu Pro subscription. So what you need to do that in that subscription pro, I'll just tell you. Once you click that link, it will be written as vedantu.com/courses. So once you click that, you will be reaching at this point, this page you will be reaching. So here you have to select your grade. So say for example, if you are in grade 10th and you need help, you need support, you can select grade 10 like this attack. Once you selected this grade 10, you need help for CBSE board 2021. Yeah, this one, the coming one. So you can click on CBSE 2021. You get all the details here, like the batch start date. So 22nd March, the batch is going to start, and it will complete all your syllabus. Yes. So that's why I said that this is for your help. So the batch is going to start on 22nd March. There is a batch which started on 8th March also. So if you want to enroll in that, you can even do that also. So the next batch which is starting on 22nd March, it will do the complete revision of your syllabus. So entire syllabus, revise your entire syllabus in 60 sessions. It would be completed. All the subjects, you can clear your doubts also in the live classes. No restriction on that. You can get notes, assignments, recording of the class. Like once the class is done, after that you'll get the recording also. Although I'm saying that these sessions which are here, they will be live sessions. So you get that live sessions. See here it is written that live revision with India's best teachers. So live revision is there. And then you get all other beautiful features like notes, assignment, interactive quizzes, polls, thumbs up, thumbs down, everything. Okay, and for all this, what do you need to pay? So this is the price which you will be able to see this 1500. You just need to click here, proceed to pay. The system will ask you, the platform will ask you for a login, for a sign up. So it will ask you either your mail ID or mobile number. Mobile number is the easiest one. You just put your mobile number, you'll get an OTP, and that's it. Click on that, do that sign up. I have already done, so it did not ask me. Now here what you have to do, you have to use the coupon code HPEPRO. HPEPRO, HPEPRO. You have to use this coupon code. You have to click on apply, and this 1500 will reduce down to 1200. So in this 1200, you would be able to get this course. Eureka, balle balle. Okay, so if you need any help, guys, please do not delay it further, because 22nd March, probably that will be the last batch, because you need 60 sessions also. So that will be probably a 1 month course, and in that 1 month course, you need to complete your entire syllabus. So if you have not done that revision, it's the best thing. Okay, so just go for it. Fine, so folks, I guess that was all for this session. I hope you liked it. So I would really like to know from you as well. Did you like it or not? Or what else you need from my side? What other help I can give it to you? So I would be really waiting for your response in the comment box. Till then, take care and best of luck for your exam. Bye bye.